Okay, well, thank you all for coming today. I just want to tell you a little bit first about myself for those of you that don't know me. About 5 years ago, I started on this journey trying to have a healthier lifestyle when I lost my dearest friend to cancer, and it was really horrifying to see what she went through, and I just had to believe there was another way to go out of this world, and that wasn't the way I wanted to go. So I adapted at that time more of a pescatarian type diet, and through the years my journey has led me to a plant-based diet. And so I'm constantly learning, trying to educate myself about as much as I can in that regard. And a few weeks ago I was studying, and I ran across some information that really was pretty profound. I knew that there was glyphosate in the food and GMOs and all that, and I knew it was a problem, but I really didn't understand to what extent. So the topic I'm going to share with you today is you ate glyphosate. And so first of all, for those who don't know what it is, glyphosate was first registered in the US in 1974. Use has increased exponentially in the last 2 decades. It is the active ingredient in Roundup. It comes in many forms, including an acid and several salts. There are over 750 products containing glyphosate for sale in the US today. It is the most popular herbicide on the planet, so it's not just the United States, it's everywhere. It is a synthetic amino acid and analog of glycine, which is the smallest amino acid, which I'll elaborate on a little bit later. It is applied in agriculture, forestry, lawns, gardens, weeds, and aquatic plants. So it's everywhere, pretty much. Why should we be concerned about glyphosate? Glyphosate is in 80% of our food supply in the US, and some scientists believe it may well be the most toxic chemical ever approved for commercial use. Glyphosate is now linked to kidney disease, antibiotic-resistant bacteria, inflammatory bowel disease, obesity, depression, ADHD, autism, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ALS, multiple sclerosis, cancer, infertility, and developmental malformations. It destroys the microbiome of humans and plants, which is the root cause of many modern diseases and the destruction of the planet, along with all of that. So, where is it found? Pretty much everywhere. Residues are found in main foods of the Western diet, which are sugar, corn, soy, and wheat. Even some organic foods have been tainted from neighboring fields. Many popular vaccines, the MMR vaccine, the measles, mumps, and rubella. And I know recently there's a lot of debate on whether vaccines are safe, and having studied this, I have to wonder if this isn't the underlying problem, because it's also found in bovine protein, bovine calf serum, bovine casein, and eggs, and gelatin sourced from the skin and bones of pigs and cattle given glyphosate contaminated feed. So they're using that to putting that in the vaccines as well. Agriculture, wildlife, insects, bees, common weeds can be important food sources for insects, birds, and animal species in agricultural areas. Weeds provide food and nectar sources for bees and insects, which in turn feed birds. Weed seeds can also be vital winter foods for many declining bird species and bees, and so we're killing off species. And we have to understand that everything is a whole part. You can't just take away one piece of something and expect that to be consequences. Glyphosate contaminated surface water is significant for wildlife, but residues have been detected in groundwater, which is used for drinking water. Okay, now how does it work and how does it hurt us? It is a non-selective herbicide, meaning it will kill most plants. It prevents the plants from making certain proteins needed for plant growth and absorption of calcium, magnesium, iron, and manganese from the soil. Now, without proper minerals, we cannot absorb nutrition, leading to deficiencies in these nutrients in humans as well. So the plants are not absorbing these nutrients, so we're not getting them in our plants like we once did. It stops a specific enzyme pathway, the shikimic acid pathway. The shikimic acid pathway is necessary for plants and some microorganisms. Because this pathway is not present in mammals, they claim that it is not harmful to humans, but it is present in the bacteria of our gut. So part of how they're getting around saying that this isn't harmful is they're saying we don't have this pathway in our bodies, so it doesn't matter, but we do. It's in our gut bacteria. So however, this is in our gut an important and herefore largely overlooked role in human physiology through an integrated biosymbiotic relationship with a human host. It acts as a non-coding amino acid of glycine. So glycine is the smallest amino acid and also the most abundant in our bodies. As a glycine analog, it may be mistakenly incorporated into peptide during protein synthesis. Whether produced by a microbe or present in a food source, such a peptide could lead to autoimmune disease through molecular mimicry. Unlike DNA synthesis, protein synthesis is highly prone to error. So the non-coding, it just means it's not a natural process. So it's interrupting with the natural process. Glycine is one of the most abundant amino acids in the body. Inadequate provisions of glycine may contribute in part to high rates of intestinal dysfunction. Glycine is reported to protect a broad range of organisms in the liver, kidney, lung, skeletal, muscle, and intestine. So pretty much almost everything. The hypothesis is that glycine stimulated protein synthesis and glutathione, which is a coenzyme in oxidative reaction in cells. It is a tripeptide derived from glutamic acid, cysteine, and glycine. So glutathione is one of the most important antioxidants that our body makes that you can't really take it, you have to make it. And so if you're limiting the glycine, then you're not able to produce glutathione, which is not good. In absence of glycine, the growth of cells was nearly absent. So that's pretty profound. So anyhow, we have recently discovered something. There's a couple other little notes I had down here. Okay, so that being said, I have a little video that I want to share with you of something that I just recently, this is actually what led me to research this more, as I was introduced to this particular combination of natural products that helps to eliminate up to 75% of the glyphosate in your gut within 6 weeks. And then this is all information that I got from Google Scholar and PubMed, mainly Google Scholar. I think PubMed is kind of being a little bit